Yep. Go. Ready, people? Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out this evening. I'd like to call this meeting of the Economic Development Commission to order. This meeting has been given public notice in accordance with Section 19.83 and 19.84 Wisconsin State Statute in such form that will apprise the general public and news media of subject matter that is intended for consideration and action. Going on to number 2, roll call. Happily, all commissioners are here tonight. All well, thank you. And number 3, I added this to the agenda announcements. And tonight, I'd like to make a couple of announcements, and anyone else, any of the commissioners that might have something that they want to talk about, that'd be great. First of all, I'd like to thank the community and the DPW and the police department for coming out to the Windsong subdivision for our Luminary Night. They help us every year. That was a 32nd year. I don't have statistics, but it's important that we have that community support. And this is a voluntary thing that the residents in Windsong do every year. So thank you all for helping out with a successful event. Next Monday, I'll have statistics. And then just so you know, this coming Sunday, the 14th, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, you can have breakfast with Santa. So come on out. And at the Florian Park Conference and Event Center right here in Germantown, there's a hot buffet, photos with Santa and Mrs. Claus, and Santa's reindeers and goodies. And this is presented by Germantown Kiwanis. You can probably still get tickets. So any other announcements, commissioners? Yes.
I have a quick announcement. The chamber during the holiday season is selling gift cards from our chamber members to support small businesses. So if you want to have the easy way out and get some gift cards, you will be supporting local businesses and making your life easier. So come on by. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. is when we're open until the 23rd.
Great. I did that last year. It worked out well. Any other announcements? Thank you. And now we've come to citizen input. Is there anyone here or online or who has written in? The information and comment will be received from the public. It is the policy of this municipality that the public input be limited to 4-minute period per person with the time extension granted by the discretion of the chairperson. Be advised that there may be limited discussion of the information received, but no action will be taken under public comments. Comments that may be injurious to village personnel or other individuals will not be allowed. Are there any people that would like to make a comment, citizen input? Anyone online? No? All right. And now we've come to number 5, meeting minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve. Minutes from November 11th.
I move to approve meeting minutes from November 11th.
Thank you. Discussion? There being none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So moved.
I'll abstain. I was not here. I was on vacation.
Okay. One abstain, please.
Abstain.
And abstain, 2.
Oh, I should abstain as well.
You should abstain as well. We got 3. 4. Recount. Thank you. That motion passes. Majority. All right. And this evening, now we're coming to item number 6. It is the business development loan pool applications. And I would like to call up those people that are here. So item A is the Germantown Business Development Loan Pool application for Carl Jens.
I have a question.
Yes,
If the representatives are not here, do we
we still vote.
still vote? Okay.
There's enough information, is there not?
I think there is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens. They're invited, but they don't have to be present to, this is the, we're actually recommending the application to move forward to Bank 59. So it's
Who's-
not the final award, but it is to move the application forward.
Okay.
So it's really become a two-step process, but that's a great question.
So,
This application now, if we approve it, because they're in the village of Germantown
Mhm.
and they meet the criteria, they have been vetted through Gosha Wormsbacher, our
okay.
support services person.
Okay, very good. Okay, thanks for the explanation.
Sure, sure. And this program, I'll just add a little bit more, has been available for 17 years and we're kind of reigniting it. So we appreciate all of the applications and so forth. So going back to item 6, item A, Germantown Business Development Loan Pool application for Carl Jens. I'd like to have a motion for recommendation to move forward.
I move to approve the business development loan pool application for Carl Jens.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That motion passes. Thank you. And then item B, under Business Development Loan Pool applications, we have the Business Development Loan Pool application for Deborah Schmidt, and she is with Intrust Events. Do I have a motion? Yes,
She currently does not have a storefront in Germantown, so how are we approaching this?
it has been vetted by, wait, it is, can you scroll a little bit further? Equipment,
Anyone can read this?
another address perhaps?
It's going to be used for a new retail store.
Right, but she doesn't have it yet.
Okay.
It just said it back there.
Oh,
Scroll up.
go back a
bit.
little.
Will rent in Germantown if loan received. So can we
Right.
put a condition on this that the loan will not be awarded until there's some sort of a lease?
Yes, we can. And add that to the motion.
Okay.
Is that, yes,
The other thing, is there any guidelines in this that you have to be in business for any period of time? Does it matter if you're a brand new business?
this runs through, the money is given by Bank 59.
Right.
So they do that evaluation.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just wasn't sure on that. Because it's a brand new business pretty much.
right.
Okay,
But we are trying to help business
right.
development, so. Yes, so would you consider updating your motion? Did you
I
give?
didn't make one yet, not for this one.
Oh, well, then we do need a motion with the,
So I move to approve the Germantown Business Development Loan Pool application for Deborah Schmidt in Trust Events
with,
with an amendment to add the lease or address of the physical store prior to the loan being approved.
With the condition.
Will they pay
the
it?
condition.
Yeah.
It's a condition. All right,
Second.
thank you. Discussion?
You saying just add the address, or you saying that it has to be a Germantown address?
Has to be
Germantown address.
Germantown
Yes.
address. That is correct. Yeah, that we had. Okay. Great.
Who gets proof of the lease? Sorry, question.
That would be, since we're moving this forward with that caveat, that will be,
Thank you.
through the bank. Yes,
We still get an update
yes,
to close the loop.
yes.
Okay.
We get, everything comes back to us so that we know, if they have approved the loan.
Okay.
And, I did meet with, Sherry Schadeberg, Bank 59 today, and they are having another meeting regarding this whole program and, helping to fine tune it. So, to answer questions like this that come up. So thanks for that, catching that. Appreciate it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion passes. Thank you. And going on to C, Germantown Business Development Loan Pool application for Adam Chamorro with the Chamorro Insurance Agency. May I have a motion for a recommendation to move forward?
I move to approve the Germantown Business Development Loan Pool application for Adam Chamorro, Chamorro Insurance Agency.
I'll second that.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Discussion?
Discussion's supposed to be.
I know.
I'm familiar with Adam. I've known him for years and he runs a solid business, so he'll make good use of the funds.
Great.
He needs some work in the building he's in.
Thank you. Any other comments, discussion? Appreciate it. All right, that motion passes. I got ahead of myself. And finally, D, Germantown Business Development Loan Pool application for Joey Carini for the Warhawk car wash. Just says wash, but we know it's a car wash.
I move to approve the Germantown Business Development Loan Pool application for Joey Carini, Warhawk Wash.
I'll second.
All right. Discussion.
So I do want to recuse myself from this vote. Joey and I do have a business, although I like Warhawk Wash. I feel it's in the best interest to recuse myself.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Thank you very much for showing up. Joey, that's you. And Seth, nice to meet you. Best of luck to you. Oh, by the way, someone asked, do you have a dog wash? Oh. So the answer is no. Okay. Oh, yes. Sorry. Okay. Well, thank you very much. And the next step is working with the bank. And they'll be in touch with you. And just for the commissioner's knowledge, I made a random goal for getting this business loan program jump-started, and the goal was for $100,000. And these 4 businesses equal $100,000. Yes,
And
Definitely.
for sure, we have one more that has expressed strong interest
yes.
that you sent online information. I dropped off a packet to and spoke to them about it, and they are probably going to do it. So we'll be looking at a couple more of these. I did speak with Sherry Schadeberg. I ran into her at an event, and she said that the bank is looking to refill the money pool for these people because they get ancillary business out of it. So they're looking to, that's why the board's meeting to allow more of these to go forward. So there's definitely building interest in the community for this loan pool. So
Yeah, I think it's
there'll be
one
more
of the-
coming.
Right now, it's one of the best tools I think that we have as economic development. There's no cost and it's just an application, but we're helping our businesses grow and thrive. So we are going to cover a few more details in unfinished business D. D as in David. So with that being said, congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you as we go through the car wash. Uh, Moving on to item 7, unfinished business, Germantown marketing campaign videos. I have asked, this is formally Celebrate Germantown, and this is about the videos themselves. And 3 of the commissioners were not here last month, and the video is hard to put into a packet. So I asked Brenton Schimpf to come this evening to just do the video one more time. It's only 37 seconds, I think. So Brenton, would you step forward? Brenton is our communications manager, coordinator for Park and Rec. And he also handles all of the IT for videoing and putting these meetings on the website, WebEx.
Any introduction or anything?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So what I'm going to play for you is a short, about 30-second video that was filmed at Appleworks Winery at the request of the village president to start off how you guys can approach basically a marketing type campaign around Celebrate Germantown or some other name associated with it. So I'll just play the video for you. It's just short, easily filmed, one of those type of videos that you would see used for social media purposes such as Facebook, Instagram, or other platforms like that. Let me get it pulled up here. Sure we don't.
So this is for discussion, and I thought I'd bring this forward again because actually Commissioner Melanie Smythe had a great idea how we could market this. And one of the things that that Brenton explained was, I'll let you explain it, that when you have a video, you just don't have one video in presenting it, but multiple. Could you kind of cliff? Sure, sure. You need the mic on.
Thanks. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the presentation that I showed before. I won't go through everything for those that already saw it, but just to help answer any questions that might come up here. There we go. So basically, let me go to what I posted as probably your ideal scenario. So your ideal scenario for something like this, a project that's like this, essentially built around a tourism, economic development type social media video campaign would be first identifying your funding source, creating your brand and your logo. This is other common ones would be like a visit. You probably have seen them. Visit Wauwatosa, Discover, whatever. Different type of places that do that type of strategy. They build their own social media plan and they go from there. So they'll have their own social media platforms on their Facebook, Instagram, and they'll often have a website. So that's completely up to you where you want to go with that. So 3, I have it creating a communication strategy. 4, making connections, that how you're going to promote the pages if you choose to go that route with creating individual social media pages, and then creating those social media platforms. Next would be running that campaign. The campaign would be, or next would be the filming. My apologies, I skipped that on there. So filming of 5 to 10 videos, of having a plan of how you're going to structure this, and then creating your social platforms and having a plan of how you're going to post them. And then ultimately running your campaign and having someone that's able to manage that campaign and keep it up and running. Did that kind of
And-
address the question?
yeah.
Sorry.
I think that's a great overview. So the idea behind this is, it's not a single video that's just sitting there. It's a 5 to 10 videos of
For starts. I would
first
say.
starts. And how long do you think that would sustain the campaign?
It ultimately
it-
depends on how much your posting schedule you want, how much investment you want to put into it. It really is ultimately going to depend on that. The more
Okay.
posting you have, ultimately the better and the more traction you're going to get. So I would aim for that as a start for being able to film, but that would not be your end goal because you'd want to keep these up and running, especially if you go the route of creating your own social media platforms. If you're just posting these randomly on the village's social media, for example, that may just be something you can do spontaneously.
Okay,
If you, that I wouldn't even really qualify as a campaign. That might just be a special project. But if you're
Yeah.
specifically wanting to aim for creating something with a brand, with a specific voice, with a specific template, with a specific logo, something that's trying to attract something with a specific goal in mind and a specific audience, then I would highly recommend going the route of having a plan in mind of how far you want to take this.
so do you think the 5 to 10 videos would be enough to create a campaign for 6 months or?
No,
No.
that would be basically your first, you could argue that could get you, if you did the 10 videos, that could get you about a month.
A month? Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends on how you want to structure it. If you want to
Right.
do a once a week type thing, I've seen places that do that type of thing too. If you want to sprinkle in different photos, and different type of local promotions, if that's the type of thing you're also wanting to promote, if you're doing it on your own social platforms, then that is also an option.
So this is a lot of videos and,
If you
you're
committed
serious.
to, yep, if you committed to doing a full campaign,
right,
you would need to be committed to figuring out how you're going to get this off the ground with enough content to keep it going and
sustain it. Yeah.
Sustain would be the correct term. Yeah. And then you're growing from there and creating traction and getting more people interested in it.
How much does the full campaign cost?
Depends on how you want to do it. A lot of it depends on how you want to do it. Again, I run campaigns.
So
For-
the figure, let's. use
Can
an
you
example.
put your microphone in? Thank you.
Just use your example of 10 videos gets you a month worth of, use that as your baseline. So you're shooting 120 videos a year, right? How would we ballpark a budget for something like that?
Aiming between 5 and 10. I'm aiming between the 5 and the 10. So What was the question again? Sorry.
So if you use your example, then in 5 to 10 videos a month, what would it, how do you annualize that? Is this a $5,000 campaign or a $50,000 campaign?
Again, a lot of it depends on how you want to structure this. So if you're really wanting to just hire, if you're saying, are you hiring somebody to do it? Are you just saying, okay, we're going to have somebody go out and start filming these. They're going to have a schedule for this. Are you going to post it on their own platform? Are you going to just post on the village's social media? Again, all of that depends. If you're looking at something like an agency doing it, a lot of times what they're going to recommend is that you ultimately have a website that it links back to. They're probably going to want to do a lot of different, more complicated work that's going to boost your price quite a lot. So I can't be the one to give you numbers because I ultimately don't know specifically what you're aiming for. If you're
And I don't think we know what we don't know what we don't know. So for us to say we want these 12 things in a campaign and it's going to run on this schedule and it's going to cost, like we can't, I don't know, maybe somebody else on this board can. I don't know how to run a campaign for that, but I think we have to have some guidance from the village board to say, we like RFPs and things like that. Do we need to get an RFP for an ad agency to give us a proposal for this? And is there an appetite at the village board level to say, all right, we'll dedicate $20,000 or $2,000 or whatever to do this? I guess this feels like we're in a little bit of a circular problem with this group because we don't know exactly what we want. We don't know what to ask for. We don't know if we can afford it. We don't know what it costs. So I think it's well intentioned, but I don't know where we take it from here.
So I just think to election campaigning, right? Because that's videos and boosting and Facebook boosting and proxies. To not have an idea of a number, right? So I could say, okay, I'm going to make 10 videos and I'm going to boost each one of those videos throughout Germantown at $1 a day, right? That gives me an idea of at least what I'm spending. I have an end goal. Is there a way to structure that and say, you know what, I want to spend $1,000 with the village, do $1,000 worth of work, or I want to spend $5,000 or $100, and maybe it's one video that plays once a month and it's just built into that algorithm? Because I think that would be easier to grasp and say, I'm a $500 contributor, right? I want 10 videos. I want them playing every Monday, Wednesday, Friday until that 500 is up, and then I'll re-up the kitty. Is that possible, or is it not as cut and dry as that?
I think you're definitely on the right track there. Yeah, I would say you're definitely on going the right direction, because what you're wanting to do is you want to keep flowing out different content from the channel, because there's organic content and then there's paid content. What you're specifically referring to is paid. That is, how much money am I going to put in to boost the content and stuff? How am I going to try to get more people interested in this that would not traditionally be looking at it? So you're paying Facebook, you're paying Instagram, you're paying Meta essentially to say, Meta, hey, go out and go find me an audience.
I think it could be
And-
streamlined a little more. I mean, because even if it's a website and you're promoting a website through the village, I think it could be way cheaper than the numbers that were thrown out there. I mean, $500 can get you a lot of coverage.
Oh, yes. So
know?
one example I gave at the last meeting was with Music at the Pavilion. When we run the campaign for Music at the Pavilion, essentially what we're doing is relying on organic. So we're looking at how can we build an audience that's here in Germantown, that's in the surrounding communities, and then we go out and we boost from there. Over that entire summer, I only spent about $600, I believe, on the specific social media platform. So Meta only got about around 600 for the entire summer, promoting 6 events on multiple platforms. So there's an example, but again, that doesn't calculate how much time did you put into the content creation. It doesn't have that calculation in it because I'm an employee with the village and I'm margining out my time for all the different things I do. Does that kind of make sense?
It does. Thanks.
Yeah. But we could use your hours to as an approximate, like in a month, a summer month, how many videos do you do? How long does it take you? And how often do you interact with the social media, that kind of thing, and then apply a number to that to come up with a budget type of number? That would be relatively easy to do. The thing I thought about is, it struck me that you said that the ideal thing would be to have a website to land on and to connect to, because it'll work better with the social media. And I think the last thing that we need to be,
If you don't mind, can I interrupt real quick?
yes,
So,
correct me.
When you say that, that's perfect, because it ultimately gets you to what is your goal of this?
Yeah.
Because that's the main question that I think we were all asking last time, is what ultimately is the goal? Is the goal to get you back to a website, or is it just to gain followers on a social media platform? If we don't know what that goal is, we're kind of just gonna be, we're just gonna sit here kind of going, okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Right.
But we've got to ultimately decide, is the goal to get people back to a website? So when the chamber runs something or Park and Rec runs something, our goal is normally to get a registration, to get a person to show up, to get someone to a website where they can view different lists of things. That's what you were getting at there. And I just wanted to.
Yeah, no, that's good, because from my point of view, the goal is to get people into the village, to restaurants,
Mhm.
to hotels, to whatever it is. And so it's promotion
Mhm.
of us.
It's an
And
awareness campaign.
yes, and I thought the easiest thing, without creating any new websites or even any new social media accounts, if we linked 3 different entities together, and I reached out to Kathy, whose name I can't remember, at the Washington County Convention Center and Bureau, and asked her if she would consider accepting some of our videos as part of content for her, and we would link to the chamber, and we would link to our website in some fashion. And then all 3 would be able to use the content, and we would have this social media pointing back to, from one to the other to the other. And I thought that may be, those things already exist. Those connections already exist. And maybe it's just a matter of reorganizing them on the existing web pages that we have. And then periodically, while we figure out what the heck we're doing, we can start producing content and thinking about content and thinking about how it works and getting a plan together like you described, and maybe eventually getting to a whole program of promotion. But I just thought that might be a good test to get it started, and using the AppleWorks and see what we learned from that.
Sure, yeah. So can I just ask a few questions just to
Yeah.
make sure I understand correctly? So the idea would be you would have someone create these videos, essentially, and you would gift them to 3 different entities for them to share on their already existing platforms, as saying, hey, we're giving you this content because we want to promote X business, for example, or this park or something like that.
Within Washington County and
Within.
within, as a member of the chamber and as a village business.
Okay.
So if people are going to Washington County's website and they find the Germantown thing, they may go and look at more about Germantown and find more other things to do here. That's kind of the idea.
Okay.
And it could go the other way too. If it's a business, goes to the chamber and ends up on the county website, these kinds of things, adventures on the internet, people discover all sorts of things when they do this.
In that case, I think the questions begin to change a little bit.
Okay,
I think the questions begin to be asked of, what's the end goal of you promoting one business over another? So if you choose Apple Works or you choose another one, if it's not a part of an already established strategy,
Mhm.
then it kind of is going to look like, well, we just decided to go here, we just decided to go there, and then we just gave it out to these entities. If it's not a
Sure.
part of a specific strategy, I think you might have some people going, well, why didn't you feature us? Why weren't we,
Right.
why didn't you come film us? Why are we left out? I think that might be one thing that you might want to keep in mind with this.
Yeah, that's good advice. I'm just trying to describe
Yeah.
the structure.
You're also with gifting content, that's fine, but you don't get to really choose then how they use it or apply it. So if they're applying it incorrectly or they're not choosing to spend any money on it, you're kind of, you are giving up the control, essentially. You'd create the video, you give it to them, hands off, you don't know anything really.
Okay.
Go ahead. Joletta.
So just to simplify, have you ever considered like a tiered system? Like a bronze, silver, gold, where if you spend X, this is what you get. If you spend X, this is what you get. I mean, that would be streamlined to me. If I had a business and I went, man, I could have a video a week for X amount of dollars, or I can have more for this amount. And then how you gift is how you gift, but just from a separate entity. I mean, that might streamline it where you go, I know exactly what I'm spending and I know what I'm getting in the end of it.
So you're selling ads.
So you're looking at it then from another completely different perspective, not even a tourism perspective.
Mhm. Because
Then-
it does bring you back,
Then you're looking at it as a ad creation.
basically.
If you're doing that, there's going to be a lot of people that are already doing that. And do you have a person that you've hired that already has that has the resources for that? For
Sure.
example, when we did the chamber videos, that was what that
Mhm.
company essentially came in and did. They wanted to film these videos as a testing case, and then they went to local businesses to try to get more ad buy essentially. And they come in with tons of equipment, tons of resources and ability to do that. If you don't have the base of the resources, that might get a little complicated.
Joletta, please.
And just to piggyback off what he said, the chamber videos was technically the village videos. The village signed off on it.
Okay.
The chamber did a lot of the heavy lifting, but that
The reason I referred to James.
thank you. But that was designed with the thought process that all the entities involved were going to share it. You know, the businesses in the videos were going to share it. That has not
Happening.
happened. Like, you know what? I mean, it was free, so it's
Sure.
no skin off our nose, but you know, that was the essential draw, but it hasn't really happened that way.
I would also argue that formatting for that is a little tough for social media sharing.
It agreed.
So
yeah.
there's also that.
Because we can't split out each video. It's like a whole thing with like 5, which I recommend everyone watch.
Yeah, I did see it. It's good. Yes, Scott.
I wasn't here last month, but just listening to the discussion here, it seems like the easiest thing to do is the filming of the videos. The hardest thing to do is how you're presenting those videos to however you want it to face. So this is just me saying this from a logistical standpoint. You need to create a brand or a logo or whatever you want them to see. Whether it's Celebrate Germantown, Explore Germantown, Discover Germantown, Jump into Germantown, whatever it is, you have to come up with some sort of a teaser, a hook. I mean, I'm not an ad person, but you got to come in with something that the videos are there to reinforce. And you put that out there. The way the chamber did it, maybe it was to drive, ads or business or, the chamber has a different purpose sometimes. They're there for everybody, but they're there to promote businesses. This, to me, is more to promote fun in Germantown, for lack of a better word. I'm not trying to, I create business, to relish or whoever, right? I create business that way. I drive it that way. But what the vehicle that we put it in to drive it that way, it doesn't seem like we're set on that. Is create a brand with a logo. If I was going to just me, if I was gonna do this, I'd want a logo and say, okay, this is what I'm doing. You know, Explore Germantown. These videos link up with that. We can still do it in a three-pronged way, like you're saying, and do it that way. But that way we have an identity attached to what it is we're trying to do with a specific focus and purpose. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're talking about videos, which are awesome, but I don't know that we have a brand with a logo. That's just my.
The identity bit is important.
Yeah.
Would it be helpful if I went back super quick to the 3 different examples of other communities real quick?
Sure.
Would that maybe be helpful for those who are not here?
Yes.
Okay. So,
And and as you're looking for that, the other thing is item B. We were going to discuss the Celebrate Germantown kind of logo and renaming it, and that would, that's something. Maybe I should have done that first, but no, we need to
let's look
see
at-
what this is.
Yeah.
What this is, and so go ahead, Brighton. Thank you.
so I'd shown this before, just kind of looking at what other communities are doing, just to give you a little bit of context. So this is Discover Wauwatosa. The platforms they're on Facebook. They have an inactive YouTube, inactive Pinterest, and an Instagram. They were active a while ago. I'm gonna guess they probably just didn't find that they were working as good. Facebook and Instagram are the big ones, obviously. Great brand template, but their goal is ultimately to link to their tourism website. Examples of their content, again, it's this mixture of local promotion, videos, photos, good short vertical form video that's highlighting it. They're really doing a great job. So what they have over there is essentially they have a specific brand template. They have a funding base behind it that's based off of, what was it, tourism for them? Yeah.
Mhm.
So based off of tourism, which is their funding, they then have that funding, they're paying an agency. And that agency then is doing all the content and stuff, and then they're getting it back and approving it, essentially. So the content creation is getting done by a group, and then they're getting it back and posting it. Is that correct? Okay, perfect. So then once they have it, they are then building this out so that it goes back to a specific tourism website that also has their, Facebook and Instagram, and they have their full strategy behind it. You can very, very easily tell. Mid-tier example, I'd say, would be Visit Brookfield. Good brand template. They just have a Facebook and an Instagram, but again, it links back to a website. In this case, it's most likely someone at their funding through tourism, I'm going to assume. Someone going out, filming these videos, and then them posting them on their channels to link back to their basic website that they have for promotion. Then, third example would be something like Explore Menominee Falls. In this case, they just have a specific brand template, but it's linking back to the village's social media in this case. So everything they have is on the village's website as a separate link. And then they don't have an official social media campaign or anything around Explore Menominee Falls. But the videos that they use, they're posting on the village's main website. So just to give you a little bit of context of what communities are doing. So I guess the way I would look at it from my perspective would be, do you choose to create a website new? Do you choose to take the village's website and have a section of the village's website about what this project is that links to 2 social media accounts, an Instagram and a Facebook? Or do you ultimately choose the easiest option, which is you choose to create content, come up with a plan of how you're creating the content, and then post it on the village's social media that already has a base, or sharing with other places to share that content, like was discussed earlier? Does that make any sense? Or otherwise, I can go over a few other ideas.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on forever, but
Yeah.
I think that what we should do is give each other or give ourselves homework to write out what what we think the purpose is, and then a short paragraph about the strategy, what we would suggest, and get it. We need to send that to Maddie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
And
please.
send that to Maddie before the next meeting, and then kind of, because these guys didn't have the benefit of the full.
right. Seeing,
Yeah. Can you resend the, his presentation to the group? Thank you. Yes.
And just one other comment, I do feel like, I know the first number one was to identify the source of funding. And I do feel like we should try to find out if we're getting funding
I
for this, like what amount. I think that could really impact what the goal is if we're linking to a website. And that should maybe be first. So we know what the ballpark or the estimate is. And I think also who's doing the work, who's going to make the videos, who's going to post it, who's going to maintain it, because it is a lot of work. If you add it all together, especially. So I think that if we decide who's doing the work, that will also affect the budget.
Mhm.
So kind of all in, who's doing the work and what's the overall budget for advertising.
Okay. The funding, I can speak to that, and that is coming from the Tourism Commission. And as far as a budget, I think that we need to identify, as you said, who is going to make the video and posting it. And so do we start out simple and then, you know, ask for, Brenton did this video and he can do more. And actually, President Soderberg asked him to do it for us so that we had a foundation. We knew what it would look like and so forth. So he said the tourism would be funding the economic development. So it's basically putting a list together and an ask and go before the Tourism Commission. That's how I'm imagining this with, and President Soderberg, we've looked at 3 different plans.
But we need a purpose and a strategy first.
Right.
What's the realm of possibility? What's their budget? How much do they have available?
I know they have about, I believe, the last budget that Gilletta, could you speak to that? Do you remember the last budget numbers? For this year?
I honestly don't remember. It was over 100,000.
I know it was
but,
over 100.
You know, it's not just for,
It's
not
there's
just for plenty of
this.
events that also get funding yearly.
Right.
Yeah, what number did you say? 2,000?
Over 100,000.
3,000. Okay,
Mhm.
that's a big difference from 2,000.
Yes.
Just
Slightly.
Even I
Yeah.
can do that math.
Yeah, really. But I remember, Brenton, last month you said something about $1,600 might get us started or enable us to do some videos or.
Would you?
I
What
don't
did that
remember
mean?
having a specific number
Oh.
mentioned. I would
I
say,
made it
so,
up.
so let's, I guess we can kind of talk real quick about possibility of you doing it more internally. So if you do it more internally, you hire, let's just say in this scenario, let's just say it's me, for example. Let's just throw that out there. It doesn't need to apply. But if you were to do that, you'd probably come up with some type of contractual plan, and you'd probably want to specify how many hours per week you're wanting to spend on the
Mhm.
project. So if that is ultimately saying, if you don't want to go so over the top, you're going to say, let's aim for 6 hours a week. Let's aim for something like that. That gives you enough time to do some of the content creation. That's going to give you a little bit of the time to do the editing and such. So that would be if you're aiming for about 1 or 2 videos a week. So let's say you have that plan going forward. then you'd want to decide how much you're going to want to spend specifically on the boosting. Are you wanting to grow this organically? Are you going to try to do it that route, which is probably the way you're going to be able to get the best growth of people that are going to remain interested in the project? If you show them that you are going to be a sustained brand within the community, you may have a better result by continuing to aim with organic. So you may not want to go over the top with your ad buys, but you want to have a specific plan, like was mentioned. So you're saying, are you spending $1? Are you spending $2? How much a day are you going to spend on this ultimately? You got to have that plan structured out.
Mhm.
Can't just be kind of like, oh, we're going to throw this at it or throw this at it. Having that in a budget would be helpful for how long are you going to try to keep this rolling, essentially. So all those different factors could come into play if you're doing it internally. Same thing would be if you decide you're going to have, you're going to hire a content creator intern or something like that. In that case, same thing may apply, same type of internal structure. If you're looking for something like you're going to go out for an RFP or have an ad agency look at it, you've got a lot of money there because it's a big project and they're going to want to do it right and they're going to want to go over the top for a lot of it.
Yep.
So I believe, Maddie, you had spoken with the person that was doing just the content creation of how much they were paying out to an agency. And we thought it was around 40,000 a year.
Oh, so, okay. And that was the high-end one.
Which is quite a lot. So
Why
it
not?
really depends on how you want to do this.
Yeah. Well, so, let's, other discussion, what do you think, commissioners, would be the goal for this application, for the videos, and is it just awareness? Is it to grab people and get them to go to the website more if we use the village website? It may not only be to Brenton's point, it may not only be businesses, but it could be events as well.
It should be, yeah.
It should absolutely be events.
Well, in the interest of time, isn't that to give people time to look at the
Yes.
information and
Yes,
come
and
back
then, right,
and give Maddie the purpose and the strategy? So we can talk about that next week or next time,
purpose and strategy, please.
and anything else that you want to say?
And
Were you wanting to talk about potential name?
the potential.
name for
Yeah.
project?
And so the action is for each commissioner to come up with a purpose for these marketing campaign videos and strategy. Anything else?
We'll see if they're the same.
Yeah, see where it comes out. And that goes to Maddie, please. All right. Any other discussion? That's our action to write that up. Do we have to vote on it? No. It's just, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's go to, if nothing more, let's go to item B, which is the Celebrate Germantown Goals and Rename discussion. Is that what you asked me? Right, renaming it. Do you want to add that to?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So it was originally Celebrate Germantown. It never got off the ground, really. But is that what we want to stick with, or visit, explore, jump in for fun, or, as Scott Heffley suggested? Just kidding.
I thought we couldn't use Celebrate Germantown for some reason.
What?
There's an issue with celebrate Germantown.
Okay, we're
Maybe
moving
not
away.
Use that.
Let's not.
So it maybe it is jump into Germantown.
Maybe it is jump into Germantown. Yes, Jalissa.
I mean, we're talking about this idea of, doing these promotions. Do we want to say experience Germantown? Because that's kind of the goal, come and experience what we have.
I like that. Yes, we did have a issue with that. Okay. So why don't you add that to, so we have three things: purpose, strategy, and rename item B. So it's A and B. And then we're sending that to Maddie. All right. Any other discussion on that? We're good. All right. Okay, moving on to item C,
Thanks,
which is
Brenton.
what? Thank you, Brenton. Great video. Operation Storefront update, discussion, and assignments.
So, last month we went over the list of empty warehouses for lease with square footage. And, it was presented by, Steve Krecklow, Administrator Krecklow, and it is in the packet. So you can go over this if you want to.
But the bottom line is, to me, it looks like the village current vacancy Class A space is about 750,000 square feet. And they're saying it represents less than 1 year typical absorption rate. So, we have plenty of, as I'm looking at this, there's plenty of industrial warehousing space. The one thing we don't have identified is the actual locations of these. It's just grouped, and this came from a commercial real estate agent by an industrial real estate broker. So. Any comments on that?
We have plenty.
I don't know if I'd agree with that. If you look at the user owned, you have a 0% vacancy. I think if your class A is going to be your larger spaces, some of the newer stuff. But if you look at some of the smaller flex spaces and user owned spaces, which is going to be large percentage of your small businesses that are going to occupy 10, 15, 20,000 square feet.
There's virtually nothing. So if I'm a small machine shop and I want to move to Germantown, I can't because there's nowhere for me to occupy. I'm not going to rent 100,000 square feet in a warehouse building. I'm going to start with 10. I'm going to grow to 20, and that space doesn't exist in this market. So it's just my interpretation of this, and I don't think to say that we have generally plenty of industrial space. I don't think that's necessarily true. It just depends on which industrial space you're talking about.
I think it's the industrial space that we have that I've driven around. It's mostly boxes, so they need to be fitted, right?
What do you mean boxes?
They're just empty spaces. If you want to put a specific entity in there, you would need racking or machinery or whatever. It's just you just have a shell.
I know, but if you have a 100,000 square foot warehouse shell, and let's say you got 50 by 50 column spacing, you're not going to have a 10,000 square foot machine shop take a sliver of that building. They need bigger spaces on that scale. So
Can
it's anecdotal, but
some of these spaces can be divided.
they can.
Yeah.
But not always to smaller denominators that some of these small businesses need.
Right. Well, we know that, I don't know if they're filled. I really don't know. But Green Bay Packaging, or Truck Country, one of the two, they left like 5 separate buildings, smaller buildings, in one of the industrial parks. Thank you.
So that space is available.
Those smaller spaces are available.
Okay.
They built that so that they'd get production efficiencies, et cetera.
They are backfilled? Thank you.
But that's
So
the
that-
point. Now
that's-
that smaller space is a big need, right? Because they backfill quickly.
Once it came available, it backfilled immediately.
Invite him to the podium. Why don't you come to the podium? Thank you. Trustee Mom.
As Mr. Sedgwick is saying, when that facility consolidated into one building, they had 5, 10,000, 15,000 square foot buildings. Those all backfilled right away because there's a 0% occupancy availability of those small spaces. So when they come available, they lease up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So answer the next question then. Can some of those bigger spaces be divided?
No, you don't take a 300,000 square foot building and crack it down into 5,000, 10,000 square foot areas. No, you don't do that.
What is the smallest you think you could crack it in half?
At best,
Oh,
third,
a third?
100,000
Okay.
each.
Okay,
It
Depends
depends.
on the design of the building.
right.
If you
Okay.
design 3 entrances into it, it's set. That
Then it's
developer
set.
is prepared for 3 different tenants.
Okay.
If they built 1 entrance, you take it all or nothing.
Well,
I
we
think
don't-
it would be more useful to have some of the age information about these buildings.
Okay.
And also possibly bring in a commercial realtor to just discuss what's going on with the industry at the moment. I don't think there's too much we can do with this information. It's a start,
Right.
but we don't know I know one guy who's looking for a 10,000 square foot space. He would love to be in Germantown, but there's nothing available.
That's the point.
Yeah. And so he'll go off and build somewhere else or rent somewhere else.
So you can take some of our vacant areas and develop a new business park that has the smaller buildings, much like the business park on Mequon Road, south side of Mequon Road, over on the east side.
Yes.
They have the small buildings on the east and the north end, which those come and go frequently. And the minute they're available, they're sold. They're done.
If you go to the plan commission on a frequent basis, you see businesses coming in and out of
Yeah.
the smaller spaces all the time.
Right. And that, I think the gentleman, when we had the joint meeting, he came in, we had talked to real estate people, and he was involved in retail as well as commercial. He said it comes and goes, and yeah.
Yeah, and the larger buildings, they're generally not built up purely on spec. They're built to satisfy an upcoming need. They know what is trending out there and there's an absorption rate. They're building based on absorption rates. We see this environment is accepting or taking up. What do you got on there? 89,000 square feet per year.
Mhm.
Well, we can build, if we absorb 90,000 square feet a year, we can build 300,000 square foot buildings every year for the next 9 years, and we'll continue to fill them up. And that's why you're seeing those buildings propagate in our business parks, because they are filling up. While people think they're empty, they just haven't been leased yet, but they're built to be absorbed.
What about the building next to the DPW?
It as I understand, it had two tenants that decided not to move in.
Yeah.
So it's been rented out twice and they decided not to move in.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Any other questions, Commissioner, for Trustee Mo? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, let's, noted to bring in a commercial real estate and get some age on some of these.
Yes. So you'll talk to Steve Cricklow about
Yes.
this? Okay. Because he is the contact. All right, let's go to number 2. The lots that are for sale in Germantown. I guess I didn't put that in here, did I? Yeah. Okay, then we'll go there. So we're going to I'll bring it back, the list of lots for sale in
Of Germantown. That, if somebody wants to build, then you've got it. So I'm gonna move that, is that okay with everyone? To next meeting. Apologize. Okay, so the list of empty box stores on County Line Road. Thank you, President Soderberg, for putting this together for the Economic Development Commission. It is called Operation Storefront. So it includes the vacant retail sites that have been sitting there for years on County Line, Mequon, and Main Street. So let's go to the first slide. This is County Line we'll cover first. And this is available. This is the former Shepherd Arms. This is on, it says Milwaukee. Do you know where this is? Capitol Drive? Yeah.
It's on Capitol?
Yeah, it says it's on East.
No, that's where the owner is.
Oh, sorry.
This is
Thank
off
you.
of Pilgrim and County Line.
Yeah, just
Pilgrim County Line.
east of
Okay.
Pilgrim, right? Yeah.
Okay.
It's that old bearing company that was there for many years.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, this is right on County Line. Right by the Sitco, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, right next door. So it's Nature's Healing and it has 2 spaces. So one is vacant. I don't have square feet on this, but that's good to know. That's actually a pretty good location. And then he also lists the leasing agent. Okay,
I mean, if you want to discuss it, just stop me. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going. No, I keep going. Keep going through them all. Yeah, we'll just go through these pretty quickly. The old KFC, that is vacant. Let's next.
We have no idea. I can't see contact if we have someone who wants to buy it.
Your mic, I can't.
So we have no idea who to contact if there's someone local that wants to open a restaurant.
Based on this information, but I'd
it has
suggest
the, it
that
has the owner listed,
yeah,
Phoenix, Arizona.
they will have a leasing, there will be someone who is associated with this
Yes.
rent or sale of the space. But I would suggest that we ask staff to fill in the blanks on this because
Sure.
like square feet, what's available,
Yeah.
who's the actual listing agent,
Owner, listing agent.
leasing
and,
agent.
Do you know if it's even available or did KFC just close down because they couldn't hire anybody to work there? It could still be leased for all we know. They just went dark because they can't have employees.
That is
A lot of reasons these places can be empty.
right.
Yeah, the real estate or restaurant industry is going through a down cycle right now and it just does this but it doesn't mean that the owner doesn't want to sell or lease this, so.
Right.
Well, if KFC is still paying them rent every month, there's not a lot of motivation for them to sell it or move it if they're, you know, if they still have a lease,
Right,
the owner may not care.
Well, and as soon
Down
as
in
that-
Arizona or wherever they are.
right.
As soon as that's sold, they painted everything white, which is I don't know if telltale, but it seems like they would not be interested in rebranding or reopening under a KFC,
Right,
Correct.
you know?
agreed. So we need more information on each
Yep.
one of these slides if it's incomplete.
Yeah, all
Next.
these people might want them empty. You know,
River's Edge Plaza, that's right near there. Uh, Marshall Peebles.
This is
Oh,
the
a
one
cut
that
ahead.
the lift station wants to go to.
Right. They don't want to sell it to us. It's one space.
Maybe Mr. Carini wants to reopen it as a car wash like it used to be.
there, right there.
There you go.
Believe it or not, at one time it was called Peebles Car Wash.
Peebles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of
And every
clean
business
guys.
that's gone in there has failed, so it's just, it's kind of a tough area a little bit.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Smoked at 225, wanted to go. in there.
This is Colliers leasing agent, and it's the here one. Yeah, it would be nice to, it's 25% vacant, this whole strip. Okay, next.
Can I add something? I do know that Bob Soderberg has spoken to this guy and
Russ.
they're very excited that the village would be interested in helping them bring people. So
Great. This is going to be a great mission.
Which one?
the
The here one.
the
The old
Germantown
Pier 1.
Plaza, this one.
Here, one and all.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, all three of these in this row. The problem they have is not enough rooftops right around there. So
That center's always struggled because of that.
Yeah.
Right, but
Be great mixed use.
it's
housing.
easy to get to, but there will be rooftops right down the road. Sutton Farms.
And maybe that'll help.
Would have been the perfect. place
Next.
for it.
Thank you. Plaza 2, Germantown, and that's TJ Maxx or Bed Bath and Beyond or World Market. That looks big. Pickleball could go in there, indoor golf. Marketplace. Okay. Good. Next. Dollar Tree. 5 spaces, 2 are vacant, 40%. Good. Next. Then we go to Mequon Road. And in Sendix Village, there's 17 spaces with 1 being vacant. It's an inside shop. These are the ones that you walk in, I believe. Next, can't be very big. That's why we need the feet. 14 spaces, 2 being vacant, or 14%, 14.3. And this is where the Germantown Pick and Save. Okay. Next. Mequon Road, Germantown Center Building 1. China Kitchen. Oh, yes. It has Germantown Cleaners and Salon. Now, that China Kitchen, way a long time ago was a bagel place. But I must tell you, I haven't seen very many bagel places. So there's 4 spaces or 50%. That's a big portion. Next, we have the second building. We have Sticks in there and Edward Jones. So that's 50% open as well. Next. Quick Trip, the former Quick Trip. There is, as we found out, an adjacent lot I believe that goes with this. So the site has one space, it's vacant. I'm not sure if they were able to completely clean it up as far as did they take the tanks out and everything? Okay, thank you. The abatement has not been done yet. And we need, yeah, square footage. Next. Main Street. Oh, the former Gales. I thought they were still in that office building, that old building. We need we need the amount of square feet for that. That's a great old building. I mean, it looks cool. Next. Main Street Citizens Bank. What side of the road is that? Oh, that's what I thought. That could be a retailer or restaurant. Next. Barley Pop. I thought that was taken care of. Part of it, but okay, so 50% is. So that's good. So something congruent would be nice. Next. The end. So we have spaces to fill. A challenge. So we're gonna send that back to Bob or ask him who we should send it to get the additional information.
It should go to staff.
Should go to staff.
Yes. Bob started
Lo.
it, but we need
Yeah, they need to
village
fill it in.
staff will have a lot of information they can pull up through their various GIS and other resources and
Community
more
development.
proper. Bob has other things to do.
I know. I'm like, I can't believe he put this together. Like community development,
Well, I think yeah, that would be,
probably appropriate.
and you can discuss that with Steve,
Sure.
I'm sure.
Okay. So you'll have to discuss with Steve when he feels better. All right. Any other input, action? We have the action. Get more information. Item D, business loan pool monthly report. So what I want to do is keep this as a monthly report, just say how many applicants we got in this month and discuss and if you are so inclined to talk to a business owner that you know that this would be applicable, please feel free to do that. We're all on the same mission. Prospects. We had, and just so you know, we had a very successful business loan pool seminar. And we had in the meeting, I would say 4 prospects. 3 of the prospects applied and they all 3 out of the 4 applied. I think that's
4.
4.
Yeah, we had 4.
I know we had 4 applications, but 3 were at the seminar. There were 4 people.
Yeah. But I was at the seminar, they were all at the seminar, those guys.
Were you guys at the seminar? No.
Oh, I apologize. Sorry, there were 4.
There were
people
4
There were 4 people at the seminar
that
and
could apply.
yeah, okay.
And 3 out of the
I misunderstood what you were saying. Okay.
No worries. And then we had Joey and Shane. Seth. Well, I got the S. Did I get that? Oh, okay. So I'd like to make sure that we get this publicized somehow, press release, or I'll talk to I'll talk to staff and see what they can do, but or put it on the trends. You know, we still have the village loan pool, Germantown Village Loan Pool. I think it's still on the trends. And it is a separate tab. Business loan pool.
What do you mean it's on the trends?
There's a spot on the website. If you scroll down, it says trends and you just scroll, keep scrolling and it says, there you go. Adopt a hydrant, run for village trustee, administrator objectives, phishing alert, comments, blah, blah, right away to information, construction, and like us on Facebook. Yeah. So, did you see it on there? Okay, maybe we can reinstate it. Okay. All right, so I'll do that. And then see if we can get on trends. And our last item for this evening, any other suggestions? Sounds good. Beautification of Germantown. Is there anything that, can you put up the trends again? And go to the hydrants. This just came through on my cell phone tonight. Adopt a hydrant. And this is one of the things that President Soderbergh wanted us to try to get going. And so there you have it. Can you clear the snow from the hydrant during this time when we have snow? And is there a little application for this?
No. They're just asking people to go out and shovel around hydrants if they're near your
Only
house.
helpful for snow removal in your neighborhood.
If you have a hydrant.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a public service.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Anything you want to discuss on beautification? I would just like to make a comment. I was driving down Mequon Road and I saw these little things flapping on the the light pole. And we have, for beautification on Mequon Road, we have little flags. Apparently they've been around for a couple of years. So I thought we had wreaths or something really holiday-esque, but we don't. We have little flags. So.
How many seasons of flags do we have?
I
Because
think
the summer.
we
in-
put American flags up.
Yeah. And I've noticed those.
I noticed
I've
those.
noticed the
But
Christmas
it's like
ones.
it's only like during the 4th of July or something. They should have them up all summer because you got Flag Day.
Right. I think if we did our flag and the German flag and left it up all year,
Yeah,
then that would
okay.
look be beautification. It would be meaningful. And it could last throughout the whole year.
Or our new logo
No,
with,
yep,
on
that
the
too.
flag.
Yeah.
Intermittent beer steins.
And then,
Yes.
and then the, our US flag, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Anything else on beautification? Otherwise, we did not have any new business, but I'd like to discuss, anything new that we should add. Okay. Next meeting dates. I like to go out a little further than just 1 month. We have proposed in 2025, we're the second Tuesday of every month and starting at 6 PM. So we have a couple new people. Is that going to work out for your schedules? Yes, I'm seeing nods. Nod 1, nod 2.
Unless a random school
Random.
board meeting comes up like the last two have.
Yeah, understood. Okay. Good, good.
I'm good.
Yep. Good. And Gillette, I can't see you, is it? Your thumbs up. All right. So without further ado, I'll look for a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, commissioners. Don't forget your assignments. Have a lovely evening. Drive safe.